Hey everyone, it's time for a page from the
Cric Patch Journal.
And today we're exploring a two-voice paraphonic patch that has been on my desk for a couple of weeks because of how much I've been enjoying it. So let's jump right in. So first things first, let's look at what's going on with the Cric itself, and we will use my freshly tie-dye stained hands to do so. Some lovely purples, blues, oranges from making some tie-dye earlier today. Highly recommended. This is a two-voice paraphonic patch in which we are sending different control voltage to each of the DNA oscillators. Now remember, these are rectified waveforms, so the DNA plus is sending the top half, everything above 0 volts. DNA negative is doing the same thing, but for the negative voltage. And so that lets us make cool, weird waveforms, like, for example, the top half is a saw, and the bottom half is a triangle. If I open this up, you can hear a little more. Sounds cool. Over in the pin matrix, we've got those routed into the filter, and then the filter into the VCA. So these voices are sharing a filter, sharing a VCA, so it is a two-voice paraphonic setup here today. And then the other thing I would point out is that the sample and hold is modulating the decay of function generator 1. So this is the shortest it will ever be. And then it's opening it. We've got that set to increase the decay. So you get that kind of cool palm muty thing that's going on that's altering the timbre and the length of the envelope a little bit because it's routed to the filter as well. What else is going on in the pin matrix? The sample and hold is also going out of jacks 2 and 3. Right now, those are set to 0, so they're not sending anything out. One of the things I love about the Cric is that we can, these are knobs we can grab and affect what's going out of these jacks, and we will talk about why that matters shortly. I think that's maybe everything to talk about on the Cric itself. Little performance hooks. Opening the filter, adding some FM, and then just lengthening decay. That's how we'll make this voice sound more intense. Or we can dial all that back. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on with Rene, and then we will talk about the granular stuff that you hear in the background. Okay, so over here on Rene, we've got two channels running, the X channel and the Y channel at different clock divisions. So X is happening a lot faster than Y. I'm going to open up this decay and filter so that you can hear what's going on. I'm going to turn down the mix on the delay. I'm actually going to turn down this granular channel 2 so we can just focus on the voices. So, we have the sleep mode turned on Rene so that basically I only have 10 steps activated, but it's still honoring the gates from steps that are not activated. I think I have that right. But that's why it's hanging out right here when it gets to 10. And if I add more gates, yeah, take them away. The reason why I like that mode is we can really simplify or complicate the sound and the rhythm just by adding and taking away gates. That's cool. So the top half and bottom half of the waveform are being sequenced by two different channels of Rene, and that creates really cool harmonies in a unique way. I don't know why. I don't think I fully understand why I love this so much, but the fact that those harmonies are coming from only the top and bottom half of waveforms that are getting combined later. I don't know, there's something special there that I probably can't explain. Okay, and then the other option we have turned on is for Rene to take the CV coming in on the X and Y channel that is the sample and hold from Cric. And it does two interesting things to that. One, it quantizes it. Two, it acts as a precision adder and ultimately transposes the notes by that amount. So, as we go in this performance, we turn knob number 2 here. It's going to transpose voice 1. And it will do it by different amounts based on how much we send out of the jack here, which is cool. And now let's do the other voice. So basically, by turning these knobs, you can send different attenuations of the sample and hold, which is going to get quantized and added to each channel in Rene. And the practical effect is that you have an infinite supply of harmonies that will be colliding and will never be the same twice. You know I love that. Okay, let's talk about the granular stuff. The Granular Cloud happening in the background that complements the more sequenced stuff is accomplished thusly. I've got a copy of the audio coming out of jack 4 on the Cric. It's going into a buffered mult and then being sent out to Databender, Mojave by Qubit, and then Beads. And that gives us 6 stereo channels of processing. They're all full wet. Then they're all going into the mannequin's silhouette. And we're coming out of the, I don't even remember what these outputs are called because I'm brand new to this module. I think it's light and shadow. Yeah. So you've got a little bit of BBD goodness on one and some glittery reverb. And the spot, so you modulate it by Batumi. So you're basically only hearing a couple channels at a time, which keeps it from being overwhelming and is just really interesting. And always reacting to whatever I'm doing in the main sequence. So as I make new noises with Cric, let's say we get more aggressive, the Granular Cloud is going to immediately respond to that. The other module that I use to do something like this is the Qubit Synapse, which is discontinued. But, I don't know, maybe there are other ways. Yes, I use 2 modules that you can't get in order to do this. You're welcome for the advice. Okay, now let's just jump into a performance. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to hold my phone in one hand and just take you into a kind of POV thing where you can listen to the Cric. If you like this video, subscribe. I do these every now and then. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.